How do you deal with rejection? How do you deal with things not going your way? It's all quite good to have a positive mindset and accept challenges in the sense of putting yourself out there and trying to live your life to the fullest. As part of that, you take opportunities, you take chances, and inevitably, some of them will not work out. The old story of Thomas Alva Edison finding out 2000 ways how a light bulb doesn't work. Yeah, that is, for example, one of them. And it's sort of nice and glorified and it all makes sense. But when you're actually in it, how do you deal with the rejection? How do you deal with the frustration? And I must say, in the past, things that nowadays I can just accept for what they are, simple no's, would have had such an emotional meaning and would have thrown me so out of my path. It's no longer funny. And then, of course, I would have reached for the bottle and would have been even more frustrated and have the hangover anxiety the next day. So, no, nowadays, 8 years down the path of sobriety, I'm so much further. But rejection still hurts. I've recently submitted the book chapter from Breakdown to Wake Up by Jocelyn Bellows, where I wrote about my journey of sobriety in a 5,000 word essay book chapter type. And I submitted that to a scientific journal. Needless to say, it was rejected. And the rejection letter was kind, but you could read in between the lines that the guy said, "What the fuck? What are you doing here? This sounds more like advertisement than anything else." So my initial response was anger, resentment, and sadness. But in reality, I had expected that outcome because it was so out of left field, that article. I would have been happier had the man said, "Look, this is in this state." No. But I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to raise awareness that doctors are equally at risk, or at even higher risk than maybe other professions, in falling foul to mental health problems and addiction. And therefore, let's help you. Let's do maybe a different kind of slant. But no, it was this kind of no. This is what the hell are you doing here? This is not part of a scientific journal. So it's understandable what has occurred. Yet there's the flow-on effect on me, and I dealt with that actually surprisingly well. That email, that rejection letter came late yesterday afternoon, and I'm recording this at 6 o'clock in the morning, so having slept on it, there is actually no more emotion now coming up. So it's actually quite interesting. So I have gotten better in rejection, in dealing with it, accepting it, and maybe not putting as much emphasis on the negative emotions as I have in the past. So that's actually quite nice to know. So I guess I just wanted to share that, and it is essentially what happened overnight. There were waves of neurochemicals washing over me, and these negative emotions, and because that's what they are, waves. I knew they would go away. This was something that I did not know in the past. In the past, I was catastrophizing, and I was always there. Oh my God, I failed. No, I have found out successfully that this particular scientific journal was not interested in helping me to spread the message amongst doctors that there is hope and that there's help out there. And that's fair call, that it is what it is. But, two lessons for me. A, I'm on the right path, and it's actually quite beautiful to see how I, as a whole, have dealt with this challenge of rejection. And B, I found one way that did not work, and now I'm on the search for other ways to spread the word, to say, hey guys, there's My Steps to Sobriety out there, as a resource of beautiful interviews with wonderful people who have gone through trauma, depression, anxiety. And so it's an interesting journey for me, and let's spread the word, and I will try other avenues to see if we cannot get better in providing hope to other doctors, specifically in New Zealand and worldwide, because we are a endangered species, especially with the new challenges of Omicron and newer viruses coming around. The burnout rate amongst doctors is amazingly, horrifyingly high. So let's do something and make sure that we all look after each other. And to you out there listening, thank you for listening, and look after yourself today.